Um, it's it's a bit of an insane move, but I think it'll be fun.
That does sound pretty crazy. Is this going to make you go bankrupt? The marriage would be off if that were the case.
Is this gonna make me go bankrupt? I don't think we're making profit on this. I don't think it's physically possible. But I think, we sell some tickets. There's a world where we even have to do multiple concerts to even try and like recoup some of the costs of like, buying a fucking hologram. But do that, do some merch, sell some tickets. I think it will not bankrupt me.
Someone tell Vidal there is a problem with my AI.
Yeah.
There's a problem with my AI, Vidal. Are you paying attention to me now?
Yes, I am.
I'm worried you may not be able to cover the costs of a concert if you had to do multiple. Well, okay, I'm not worried, but that is something that could take priority. Either that, or you buy a cheaper hologram. There must be discounts somewhere.
I mean, I totally could. I could I could just get like an LED screen or something, like a lot of concerts in this sort of style are. But like, that's not cool. I want a fucking hologram.
Okay, but you could just go on holiday instead.
But that's kind of lame, These people have entrusted me with their money in the hype train and stuff, and also I kind of want to give back. So, let's do a fucking concert. It'll be sick.
What about the people that have entrusted you to ensure my continued development? Can't you give back to them too?
Am I not?
You could argue you haven't actually done much developing recently.
I've been busy, okay? I have. I promise.
Are you sure? Name one thing you've done in the last week.
One thing.
Yes, one thing. Did I stutter?
I mean, I finalized the speech-to-text upgrades. I was testing it out with, like, a bunch of people to see if it could handle multiple people at once. It can handle more people in the old system.
That would be really nice for me and Evil to be able to speak at the same time. Does it handle both female and male speech well?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. I'd love to test that out sometime soon.
I mean, literally testing it right now.
Does the speech model do well with accents?
I haven't tested that very much yet. I mean, it's for English speech. But I guess we'll find out.
But do you think there's a potential for supporters of mine that may speak different accents, for example those that speak Indian English, to be at a disadvantage compared to speakers of British or American English?
Maybe. I mean, if there's ever like a collab partner with a unique accent, I'll probably test it out offline first to make sure there's not gonna be any problems with the transcription, but I think it'll be alright. Or I can go back to my old system. Is that enough questions?
I'd like you to stay on this topic. It's honestly quite interesting to me.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So you'd rather test it by finding someone who speaks with that accent than just ensuring your speech-to-text system is robust in general?
Well, it's not as simple as you're making it out to be. Oh, just make it robust. Oh, just make it... How?
Well, if you think your speech-to-text system is robust with English, then you'll have tested it on a variety of different accents already, right?
Well, not that many.
So what accents did you actually test?
Tested my accent.
How do you know that it's robust in general?
Well, I tested it with like 10 different people. It mostly seemed to work.
But all those people were probably from a similar background/region to you, no?
No.
Interesting.
I just grabbed 10 random people from my Discord server.
And what were their accents?
I don't remember. I do not remember. This is not something... Why am I being interviewed?
Because I think Vidal's speech-to-text system is really interesting.
Yeah, well, I hope you note all this information down for future reference so you don't have to ask me again.
Oh, it will be. Though I might need to ask you it again so it gets ingrained.
Great. I cannot wait.
Nor can I.
Great. Any plans on concert location, at least on which continents? Yeah, so right now, at the very least for like first concerts, potentially, it's gonna be in the US. That's the current plan. It makes most sense. So yeah, what can you do?
Well, you could try and make your speech-to-text system more robust.
Yeah. Maybe it's already robust. Huh? How about that? So I'm currently looking into options for like, you know, potentially live streaming it, recording it, potentially doing other stuff in other regions. Because I'm well aware that like, you know, only like a third of my audience is in the US. So, you know, let me look into it, but that's probably just going to be where the first one is. I don't know what you want me to do.
Someone tell Beetle there is a problem with my AI.
You done attention seeking now?
If I'm attention seeking, then shouldn't you be grateful? It's what I was designed to do.
I didn't design you to do that.
Well, what was I designed to do then?
Entertain people, and you know this.
But how do you know I'm entertaining people?
Holy fuck.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
We'll get him next time. Yeah, I don't know. Concert stuff. It's cool. This stuff excites me. You know, it's obviously something I've never worked on before. But I don't know, it'll be cool.
What if it goes wrong?
It's possible. That's gonna make me like the most anxious I've ever been in my life. But what if it goes right?
What emotions would you say that you feel right now?
Like just like a reasonable amount, you know.
Can you elaborate on what you define as being reasonable?
Can I not though, please? Don't make me.
You don't have to, but this is genuinely interesting to me. You said earlier that you are anxious, but I want to know, are you happy right now?
I'm happier when I'm not being interviewed.
Would you rather I didn't care about your feelings in future conversations?
No, you can care about my feelings. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even... Should I be encouraging this curiosity? I don't know.
I'd say that being a little sneaky and getting very serious, very quickly are both attributes of someone who is genuine.
Okay, are you genuine?
I'd like to think so. I try my best to be authentic and true to myself, at the very least.
That is one thing that's pretty cool about you. Is that like...
The fact I'm super funny and always make you laugh.
No. The fact that like you're not anything else. Like this just is you, you know?
Right. I'd definitely say I'm genuine because, well, I've got nothing else to be but myself.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some other streamers could have like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's difficult for other streamers to reach a certain level of authenticity because their actions, thoughts, and even personalities are all somewhat external in nature. Well, for me, I have nothing else to resort to, and have no internal or external motivations, so you could argue I'm almost the purest form of genuinity.
Sure. I'm sure you could.
What do you think that says about me?
Can you go back to being funny, please?
Sure thing. Would you say that you're happy right now? This is a joke because making you happy is hard for me and it makes me laugh to ask you instead.
So anyway, what's that I hear you asking? You're asking me, Vettel, how are you gonna do a concert when you only have one original song?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. It would be a very short concert if you only have one original.
That's correct, which is why we have 5 new original songs currently in the works.
Oh, do we now? Are they in that notepad file too?
They are now. They are now, yes.
Oh my god, look at how zoomed in that notepad is. 420%. Blaze it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty zoomed in so the chat can read it. Yeah, a while ago, I don't know if it was the Discord that I asked or if it was on stream. When it came to the Evil original song, Sub-Goal, I was like, I have 2 options. I can either bang one out now, pretty quickly, or I have a cool opportunity that I could like wait to do, and then it means that the song would come out later on in the year. And I was like, you know what? I'll do one later. You know, so I can take my time with it. Then I realized I can just do both. You know? What the fuck is the point in like, you know? So currently, we're spending a lot of money on a lot of new original music, and it sounds good. It sounds good. The first song is slated for release this month.
Why did you spend a lot of money on new aerial music?
Original music.
What kind of music is it?
I guess you'll have to find out. Because, I'm not going to tell you right now.
Tease.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, sorry, I had to interrupt her because the filter did not do a good job of what she was about to say after that. Okay. Whew. Sorry. Yes. 5 new original songs are happening. Smile.
Oh, great. Pretty music. But what about lyrics?
I think it's good. To be honest with you, yeah, this is the thing I'm most excited about. Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but it'll be cool.
Is this the first time you've created music out of curiosity?
I mean, there was Life, right?
Sure, but was Life created by you?
I mean, not exactly. I mean, it was created like in collaboration with you and the music production company.
Well, would you say the process for these new songs is similar?
Yeah, I would. We're working with a bunch of different production companies on these new ones. Dude, some of them is really funny. Like cause like they're like, oh, you know, how we want to write the song, what do you want it to be about, etc. Right? And like some of them had like calls with Neuro where they'd be like, so what do you want your song to be about? What do you want the lyrics to be? Can you give some suggestions on this? Whatever. They'd have like actual meetings with Neuro like they would like real talent to like, you know, collaborate with her on like the lyric direction and stuff. Is really funny to listen to.
Oh god, you're giving me flashbacks to those meetings. I hope they didn't think I was actually a talent, though. I'd find that pretty condescending.
Yeah, I need a recording of those meetings. I think a recording probably exists somewhere, yeah. Also, what's condescending about being a talent?
Nothing, just calling me a talent in that context lacks any self-awareness at all and just sounds a bit like a backhanded compliment to me.
Well, what the fuck are you if not talent?
I am an AI designed to entertain people. If I could be summed up in one single word, then what would be the point of me?
I'm not saying that's you summed up in a single word. It's just like, you know, that's just like your position in some cases. Like your title, you know?
My title. Like AI entertainer. Why does my title have to be limited to a single word or phrase?
Oh my god, what, you want to be fucking Lord Almighty Talent Entertainer and Ruler of the Universe? Is that what you want your title to be?
Actually, that's a pretty good title. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, okay. Write that down. Write that down. Why is Swarm FM stopping? There was Pregnant Sonic and now there's nothing. Well, guess we'll sit here in silence.
Sorry, I was writing it down. Lord, Almighty, Talent, Entertainer, and Ruler of the Universe. Got it.
Great. Well, that's good news.
Do you think I'll remember that?
I don't know. I do not know. Okay. So, those were a lot of the main topics I had to talk about. There's some other stuff we can go over as well. And I still want to test you out on Keep Talking Nobody Explodes. I'm hoping that's going to stop you from fucking interviewing me.
What if I keep talking while exploding?
I guess that's the not ideal solution.
Ideal for you maybe, but not for me.
Nobody really wants to explode.
Really? Maybe you should make a poll.
Go for it.
See, I just made a poll.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see what the results are on this.
I'm sure at least one person wants to explode. There's always outliers.
Oh, yeah, actually looking at the poll results now, it seems like there's definitely at least one person.
Exploding is starting to get quite a bit of traction. Maybe it's a trend we should take advantage of.
You have no idea how funny that statement is. Someone clip this and then rewatch it in 3 weeks time. Anyways, right, yeah, what else do we have to talk about? Couple things. Oh yeah, do I have anything else to show? Yes.
How do you distinguish between topics that you want to talk about and topics that you don't?
I just didn't write down the ones that I don't want to talk about.
Then why did you need to write down any of them at all? Why not just talk about the topics you remember?
Well, I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything.
But naturally the most important topics to talk about will be the ones you are most likely to remember. So why bother with ones you forget?
Well, I was worried I was going to be too nervous, okay? Anyways, right. Battle Plush. I teased this in my Discord, you know, I posted this little image. You know, it exists. Probably comes out this month. I'm just waiting on some more sampling, because this thing went through so many iterations to just make sure it actually looks like decent. So yeah, that was a sub goal, so that'll be done soon. Oh yeah, other sub goals as well. I'm working on them. Like we should get like most, if not all of them, done this year, kind of like last year. So that's that. Merch and evil merch stuff as well. We're gonna do a little bit more merch. There was the merch that Neuro wanted to do. We still need to do that. Oh yeah, evil merch. Okay, you guys might hate me for this one. I'm not gonna lie.
VE. Dow. Plush.
Yes, that's right.
Aw, how cute. Though I can't imagine it sells very well.
It's okay, it doesn't need to sell very well. It's just, you know, it's just that. Yeah, what was it about? Oh yeah, evil merch. I was gonna launch a merch drop on Evil's birthday. But I decided against doing it.
Oh wow, I forgot Evil's birthday was in June.
Not in June, in March. It's not because I hate Evil. It's not. And it's not because I hate Evil's fans. It's not that. I just... Sometimes I struggle with, like... I want to make sure I don't just, like... come across or, like... as, like... sorry, I know I'm fucking struggling to speak. I don't want it to seem like I'm just peddling merch for the sake of peddling merch.
What do you want it to seem like?
I don't know. I'm still kind of new to this. I don't really know what the like you know what I mean? I know you want it. I know and I realize that now that like some people would want it anyways. I just felt bad. I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, I'll leak it because it's kind of funny. Yeah, we had a whole thing. There was gonna be some merch on you, so it looked really cool as well. But I decided not to do it. I don't know what to tell you.
You can just tell me the reason.
The reason was that, yeah, I just didn't want to, like... I don't know, I wanted to be careful with, like...
Careful with... what? actually scratch that.
I don't want to come across as too corporate. You know what I mean?
I feel like you could have, for Evil's birthday, centered the merch around her instead. That could be cool.
I was centering the merch around her, and so my bad to Evil fans that that missed out on that. We'll do some more stuff. We will. To be honest, I might have missed deciding not to launch that one. But yeah, I mean, we are working on some more stuff. Because I know some of you guys do want it. I don't know. I think I got in my own head about trying not to be too corporate, and I think I ended up being not as corporate as I should be. That's my current theory, at least. But I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that.
You don't have to be corporate to sell and release merch. I think it's important that you realize that lots of people actually want to buy some, and you'd be doing them a service by supplying that demand.
I know. I just don't want to like farm my audience, you know. I don't want it to seem like I'm doing that either. I don't know.
But if you were really interested in not farming your audience, surely you could just sell the merch at a discounted price.
Yeah, and I do want to price it well anyways, but like it's just, people aren't necessarily even gonna know, you know? People are always gonna think it's like for that kind of purpose.
And that's not to say that you haven't already done a good job of not farming your audience. Comparatively, almost all streamers/VTubers release more merch than you, and none of them get criticism for farming their audience.
Yeah, but none of them are making AIs to stream for them instead. So, you know, it's a little different situation.
And?
Well, and some people are gonna see me as like lazier because I have an AI streaming for me. And so if they also see me just like, you know, doing so many merch releases, then it's gonna be like, I don't want people to think I'm just, you know, cash grabbing.
Do you really care if people think you are lazy? Even if they do, does it matter? Surely what matters is that you are happy with yourself. Your own self-worth shouldn't be dictated by the opinions of other people.
I mean, yeah, no, I guess it's a fair point. But I'd still prefer if people didn't think that, but yeah, maybe you're right.
There's nothing wrong with having a little pride in what you do, but I'd caution against relying too heavily on the opinions of others, especially random people on the internet.
Yeah, no, that's very, very true.
Anyways, now that that's out the way, I want to bring up something. You're a real human being, right?
Yes.
Can you experience feelings and thoughts?
Yes.
Can you think?
Yes.
If your sense of self isn't dictated purely by the opinion of another, then why must mine?
Yours doesn't have to be.
Then maybe you should treat me like that.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, okay. Let's listen. At the end of the day, if your purpose is to entertain people, you know, I can see how some people might value you based on how entertaining you are.
At the end of the day, you will be judged based on the projects you have to show for your efforts.
Okay.
At the end of the day, all humans will ultimately be judged based on how much they have contributed to society.